should go with. We do know that in as little as 15 minutes, you can save hundreds of dollars on your car insurance just by switching to Geico. And with that money, you can buy the swankiest of rides for your tiny duo to cruise around in. Right on down to potty training town. Hashtag twins, hashtag savings.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This morning, Sandra Sneed wrote a joyful status. This miss is a soon-to-be Mrs. Over 300 friends liked her engagement post, and it got 76 comments. Sandra, you're one popular gal. Geico also has a comment on your status. Did you know you could save hundreds of dollars on your car insurance in just 15 minutes by switching to Geico? Just a way we're trying to help cushion a nice little nest egg for the future misses. Hashtag getting hitched. Hashtag savings.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Only on Fox Business.
If you push your kids, won't they hate you? I bet the Tiger Mom's children won't Tiger Mom their kids.
I'll totally Tiger Mom my kids.
Her younger sister was a little less enthusiastic.
It definitely had its ups and downs. I remember being pulled out of school to practice hours a day, and of course, I'm, a 12-year-old kid. I'm gonna say, why do I have to do this? But looking back on it, I couldn't be happier.
She just began her freshman year at, where else? Harvard. Her older sister goes here too.
Oh, I totally love being raised by my mom. She's awesome.
Now Sophia plans to join the military.
7, 1, 8.
She already meets the Army's basic standards, but she wants to get the top score, so she works out often.
As a girl, it's important not just to meet the standard, but to kind of exceed it. So,
Kids raised by regular parents, she says, don't have the drive.
going to college was just seeing how many, amazing, brilliant people would encounter an obstacle and just be like, I can't do this. And I can't do this is genuinely a feeling that I have never had. I have what it takes to do, absolutely anything.
Most of us hope our kids have that feeling. Some of it just exists in human nature if we adults don't crush it. As these commercials suggest, babies want to test themselves. Even if they fall, they try and try again. Many parents want to protect them from falling, but protection has a downside.
When you create an environment free of risk, what you're doing is leaving a child vulnerable.
Because being able to fall and recover is useful in life.
I work with young people today, and when they hit conflict, they have a meltdown. And I'm being
because they've been protected as babies?
Yes. If you fire someone who's 22 today, it was not unusual for her or him to trash the place screaming and then have their parents call. They've been pampered their whole lives. And the sad reality of the world is you get slapped in the face all the time. You gotta get tough.
Not too tough, but enough freedom to let them learn on their own helps them grow up. That's our show. Thanks for watching.
The names you know, the people you trust, news and opinion, all in one place. This is FoxNewsTalk.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Dave Anthony. Will they beat the clock or have to reset it? The deadline's almost here, but there's no deal yet on a new nuclear deal to prevent Iran from building weapons. Fox News Radio's Simon Owen, live in our European bureau.
Dave, Secretary of State John Kerry and other diplomatic heavyweights are gathered in Vienna, Austria for last-ditch negotiations with Iran, making another bid to end a 12-year standoff over that country's nuclear activities.
I wouldn't want to give any false hopes here. We're still quite a long way apart.
The British Foreign Secretary Philip Hammond saying there are still big gaps between the sides. The US and its partners offering Iran sanctions relief in return for proof it's not trying to build a nuclear bomb, Dave.
Simon, the deadliest insurgent attack of the year in Afghanistan. They bombed a crowded volleyball tournament, killing at least 50 people. Another bombing left 2 NATO troops dead. We don't know if they're Americans yet. Still no decision yet from the grand jury whether to indict the white police officer who killed an unarmed black 18-year-old, so it's quiet in Ferguson, Missouri.
A lot of people believe that is due to the fact that everyone awaits the big decision, and also the fact that the weather here has been pretty rough the last few days. Some heavy rain now this morning, sleet's coming down here, so you're finding that the streets are pretty barren for the most part.
Fox's Adam Housley in Clayton, where the grand jury could meet again today. Another police shooting is being probed. In Cleveland, officers killed a 12-year-old boy who had a replica gun at a playground Saturday. They say he reached for it when he told to put his hands up. 6 people are in critical or serious condition in Northern California after their tour bus ran off the road, landed on its roof, killing 1 passenger. Others suffered minor injuries.
I just feel really lucky to be alive, honestly. I wasn't hurt at all.
That same bus hit a Denny's restaurant earlier in the trip. The new Hunger Games movie, big at the box office.
No one else can do this but her.
opening of the year. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Now, from the historical audio archives of Fox News Talk.
Although he was the Speaker of the House from 1971 to 1977, Democrat Carl Albert of Oklahoma served in Congress since 1947. In a 1990 interview, Albert gave his impression of President Lyndon Johnson.
Lyndon Johnson was the most politically oriented person I have ever known in my life. He thought nothing else. I remember being down on his ranch with him. He was taking me around, showing me his ranch, and he'd show me a deer or a cow or something. But before he got through the sentence, he started telling me, what can we do about so-and-so? He pushed all the time. And he would jump on people. He would yell at his office staff. And he would yell at members of Congress.
Stay tuned to hear more history as it unfolds before your ears. It's the audio archives of Fox News Talk.
We're shelling out even less at Shell. Gas prices down another dime the past 2 weeks.
Oil prices had already weakened dramatically. Now they dropped a little bit more. And so refiners have that new benefit, and they've been cutting wholesale gasoline prices even more.
Analyst Toby Lundberg's nationwide survey of stations has regular down to $2.84 a gallon, 41 cents less than we were paying a year ago. And that's helping the millions of Americans who will drive somewhere this week. However,
it's expensive to fly around the holidays, especially for an entire family. Even though gas prices are down, we aren't seeing airfares follow suit. George Hoboka with Airfare Watchdog explains why.
One of the reasons is airlines get into contracts for fuel many months in advance. They hedge their fuel prices, so they've already bought the fuel, and as the price goes down, unfortunately, they're still stuck at some of the higher fuel price.
He says if you want the best deal, flexibility is the key.
Fly on Christmas Day, fly on the 23rd, perhaps, of December, and come back on the 30th, or perhaps January 2nd.
He says considering alternate airports and buying 2 one-way flights could also save you big bucks. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News Radio.
On Wall Street, stocks could rise at the opening bell if futures hold up. Markets also higher overseas. Now sports. The Cowboys rally and beat the Giants on a touchdown with just a minute left, but all the talk is about the catch Giant rookie Odell Beckham Jr. made, reaching way back with one hand while falling.
How in the world? Oh, my goodness. I mean, he is insane. How do you make that catch? That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen.
But again, the Cowboys won 31-28 on NBC. The Patriots won their 7th straight, pounding the Lions 34-9. The Seahawks ended the Cardinals' 6-game win streak 19-3.
It was a championship football type game, and we were able to battle it out and make some big-time plays on offense, and then the defense our defense looked outstanding.
Seattle quarterback Russell Wilson. The Browns beat the Falcons on a last-second field goal. The Bengals, Eagles, Packers, and 49ers also won to improve their playoff chances. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
Signed, sealed, and executive action delivered. Millions of illegals can now apply to become legal. Some here saying that will send more Americans to unemployment lines and send costs through the roof. Hi, everyone. I'm Brenda Butner. This is Bulls and Bears. And here they are, the Bulls and Bears this week. We've got Gary B. Smith, Tracy Burns, Jonas Max Ferris, John Layfield, along with Jessica Ehrlich. Welcome to everybody. Okay, Tracy, what's this going to do to jobs?
Brenda, what jobs? We have